Hi friends, this is Rashikar. Please subscribe my channel RS Tech Views and press the bell icon for latest updates. Today we are going to discuss about arrays in Java part 1. Arrays are used to store the one type of multiple values in the same variable. See here, variable is there. Variable we declare int input equals to 12. This is single variable and single type and single value. We can declare single value only. If we go to that arrays we should declare like this: data type, this first one, right? Integer, this data type, this is a variable name, this array declaration equals to new, same type we should give here, and we are passing the size. This is a size place, we should give the size in arrays. First of all, we know we can store one value in one variable, like this int input equal to 12. If your user want to store the multiple numbers in the same variable, then we should use the arrays like this: int input equals to new int, and this 4 is the size place. Here we'll take one example using without arrays. Okay, so I will create one class, that is we'll take one example. In one state we have some districts. Okay, so in that districts some population is it. Population related, we'll take one example. Okay, yeah, so I will declare class population in state. Public static void main string args. There is a common. Okay, so I will take here only 4 or 5. Okay, int Kadapa population, sorry, I'll take like a 4 lakhs. Okay, so I will take 4 lakhs. I'm copying this. Three, 4. This is enough. Okay. Kernel Anantapur. Nellore. Okay, districts. So assume this is not an exact population results, so I'll just change it. Okay, so 5 lakhs, and here 3.8, 3 lakhs 80,000. Okay. So population in state. Java. Okay, so print statement system.out.println state name, Kadapa population. Okay, I will copy this and paste it for 3. Next, kernel population. Next, Anantapur population, Nellore population. Okay, so I should change it here also. Let's display names, kernel, caps, Anantapur, Nellore. Okay, so I save the program. I will execute this. Examples folder. Okay, Java C population and states .java. Program compiled successfully. I will run the program. See, like this. So this is a normal variable declaration and normal value, single type, and here is printing the values. I want to store the all district population in India. See, nearly in India, 718 districts is there. So we have to create 718 variables and 718 print statements. So 718 times you should declare the integer. Okay, so this is not correct and it will increase the lines of code. So for this type of situation, we need to use arrays. Okay, so I will give a simple example. Okay, I will modify this same program. I will convert to this normal variables to arrays. Okay, same program I will change. Okay, see how to declare the array. In the previous in slides, so I showed to, right? So how that we write that array like that. First we should declare int. Okay, why we need to give the int? Because these all are in integer values. Okay, so you should take integer based on the number size. If it is more than millions or something big number, okay, so like 10 or 11 digits numbers, if you want to store it, then you should take like a long value. So it doesn't store that value into the integer, right? So you should take like a long value, long type. So here is enough for the integer type. Okay, so integer, I will make like a variable name is population, and these brackets are must and should. So if this one is not there, it will behave like these two things as a behave like a normal variable. So we should tell to the compiler, so this variable is array. So it's this variable store the array of numbers. So we should tell to compiler. So we should give that new keyword. I will tell you next video or later videos. So why we need to use the new clearly. So as of now, I will tell you new keyword is used to create an object. Okay, here we are creating an object for arrays. Okay, so here we should give the int and we should provide the size. As of now we have four variables, I mean the four values is there, so that's why I give 4. Okay, so now I don't want to use this part, I will remove this. Here also I will remove, here also, and here also. Okay, so if I give like this, it will give the compilation error. We'll try once, see. So Java see compilation errors. What is this Nellore, what is this, like this it will come. And also see, in the population, see population equal to 4,50,000, what is this, and this 5 lakhs, what is this, it will give the compilation error. See, incompatible types, int cannot be converted to int array. Okay, so it's saying like this. Okay, so we should give like in the brackets, and we should provide the position, in which position we need to store the value. So I will give all the places 1, 2 and 3. So here also we should take like this and this and this. 3, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is the array. So we are assigning the value to 0th position. Okay, we are assigning the value to 0 position. Here this is the declaration of array. We are declaring, we are just assigning the size to the array. Okay, here we are assigning the values, and here we are printing the values. Okay, so save this program. So I will compile it again. So it compiled successfully. I'm running. See, came the same result. So no differences. But here we are declaring only one type, giving the multiple values into the same variable. Okay, so if you give n number of things, okay, you can give 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000, n number of things, but the size should be in integer value only. Like if you give that 11 number size or more than 10 number size, it doesn't allow. It allows only the integer value size. I mean integer value only. The size range in between the integer value. Otherwise, it will give the compilation error. Okay, remember this point. Okay, but if you in that case we can use the collection concepts is there. So in there we will discuss about that. Okay, so if more than some numbers like 100 or 200, more than the numbers you need to store it, so you just use like collection classes. Why don't we waste like this? So many advantages and disadvantages is there. Okay, next video we will see that advantages and disadvantages of the arrays. Okay, so this is, and the output is this. Next one is, we'll go for another slide. Okay, so insert and retrieve the values using the indexes. Here see 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on n minus 1. Here 0, 1, 2, 3, n minus 1. What is this? See, we are assigning the values right here. the 4 lakhs, 4 lakhs 50,000, 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs 80,000, like this. 0, 1, 2, 3 positions, right? So why we need to use like a 0, I mean starting with the 0, 1, 2, 3? Because the arrays, if the size is 4, it should starts with a 0 point. Any array, you can take any array, it should starts with a 0 position. 0 position to size minus 1. What is the size? Size 4. Here is the 4 size. So 4 minus 1, 3. So starting from 0 to 3, we should include for insertion. And retrieving purpose also, we should use like this only, 0, 1, 2, 3. If you give that, you are expecting like a Kurnool population. So if you give like a 0, it will give the Kadapa population, right? So you should give the exact indexes. So we can call it, these are indexes, index positions. Okay, so in which place we store the value. So this indexes knows in that place it will store the value. Okay, so this is the purpose. See, these 10, 20, 30, these all are values. So 0, 1, 2, 3, these all are indexes. Next, question is how to check the array size. So we know like normally we can give, I mean starting only we can give it like a uh, size 4, 5 or something, 1000 or 2000, something like that. So if we need to check it the length, I mean size of the array, how many elements we can store it, or so we need to check the size of the array. So how we can check it? So using the variable name, here the variable name, so I get like this syntax, right? So you can mention it this place, size, I mean variable name, and use the dot and length. It will give the length of the array. You can ask like why we need to use the length, because so whenever declaration only we know the size. Okay, we know the size. So why we need to check the array size? We can ask like this. In that real-time projects, there is no scenario to only this number of values will come like that. Okay, for example, we wrote one method, okay, somewhere. So that method will give the array of values, array of integers. So in that method we don't know the which input will go, and we don't know the how much uh, values are coming, I mean how much integer values are coming from that method. Okay, in this case, so user can't decide, right? So how many values it will come, what is the length of that, so that one. So whenever it come from that somewhere else, we don't know the size. Without knowing the size, we can't give it like a we can't call it like a number, I mean you passing the indexes. For example, here the 4 size is there. If I call it like this size is coming from somewhere else, so we don't know the size of this array. So I give like compile this program. Okay, so it will give the compilation, sorry, it will give the runtime error. No compilation error, it will give the runtime error. First thing, just remember this point, runtime error, this one. So runtime error means whenever we are running the program, on that time it will give. So runtime errors, the compiler can't find it. So here if I give population, see, array index out of bounds exception. This is the runtime error, runtime exception. Okay, see, in this program there is no compilation error. Compilation errors in the sense, it give like a type declaration, semicolon missing, or type mismatch, or some casting time. So type type casting time, so conversion it will work fine. Typecasting, whenever we are doing typecasting without give that type cast, right, using within the brackets, that's so destination type. So on the time also it will give the compilation error. Compilation errors, it will, I mean, the compilation errors we can find it whenever running, compiling the program or compiling the file. But runtime errors, we can't find it in compilation time. So that's why it gave the compilation error. So because of that, we use the length. So it will come from somewhere else. So we don't have the size of that. So how we can check the size? So use a variable name dot length. I will compile it. Compile the program. Compile. I'm running the program. See, size is 4. We gave here, right? Size is 4. Let's leave it for this. Okay. Size. This is the array size. We'll go for next slide. Next question. If we declare array size 4 with the integer data type, what is the initial value of 4 positions? Interesting question. See the example. Int input equals to new int and the size is 4. So here in this 4, in the sense the 4 positions is there. So in the 4 positions, what is the initial value? What is the initial value? So we know in normal variables, like the same here also it will give the zeros. For integers, the zeros, right? So here also in all 4 places zeros will be there. We'll see one example. Okay. I will remove all the places. I just give like a 0, this one, or you can give it like a 1. Okay. I didn't assign any value, so we need to check it. So what is the initial value of that first position? 0th index, second, first index, 0th index and first index, right? So in that position, index 1 position, what is the value? We'll compile it fast. Compile successfully. Done. See, value is 0. Came the value is 0. Okay, understand, right? So go to the next slide. Is this statement correct or not? Int population brackets new boolean 4. See, first of all check it. This integer is numbers. Integer group is the numeric values. Boolean is a separate boolean, true or false. Normal variable also we can't give that boolean value to the integers, and integer values can't assign to the boolean. Okay, so like here also, if we give here integer, here is different type, incompatible type, it will give the compilation error. This is not a correct statement. We'll see the example. Okay, here I will give boolean. Okay, the same thing, I didn't change anything, so only I changed here the type. Okay, I will compile the program, will give the compilation error. See, error, incompatible type boolean cannot be converted to integer. It means what? So the boolean values, they can't store into the integers. the same error it will come here. Next question. Is it possible to create an array without size? This statement also false. We can't create arrays without size. We should create, we should give the some value. Otherwise, it will give compilation error. Okay. So I will change it here. Integer. I will remove here. Okay. So I will just move it. Okay. So we'll compile it. See, array dimension missing. This is the error. We should give that size. Okay. So without size, we can't declare it. If you want to, for the starting time, if you don't know the value, you can give the null, no problem. Like after some lines, here some lines of code is there. After some lines, you can declare it. Like you can assign the array size. Here you got the values. The size of the array. Then here you can declare it. Int new int of 4. So now I have the value, so I can declare it here. So this statement is not false. Okay. So first you can declare it null because you don't know the value. You don't know the size of the array. After some lines, so you got that size. Okay, you got the size, and you use this one. You can give that new int and size. So it will declare it. There is no problem. Okay, so we'll compile this program also. Compiling. See, compilation successful. So this is that question. Thank you. Please subscribe RS Tech Views. Press the bell icon, like the video, share the video, and comment the video.